Now let us look at an example for inheritance using some useful classes. Already I have given you a simple example. Now here I have a class rectangle. Rectangle will have dimensions, that is length and breadth, but to the same rectangle, if I also add height as a dimension, then it becomes a cuboid. This is a rectangle and this is a cuboid. Cuboid will have length and breadth, and this is height. This dimension is height. So already I have a class for rectangle having length and breadth on all the required methods. I have just written the signature of the methods. I have not implemented the methods. So let us look at this much only on the board. Then practically we'll see how we can implement the methods. Now I want a class for cuboid. So let us write a class cuboid inheriting from rectangle so that it will already get length and breadth, plus it can have its own height. So let us see how to write down this class cuboid. So here I write class cuboid, inherit publicly from rectangle. This is inheriting from rectangle. Now what are the members in this one? So I will take private data members is integer height. Yes, this is sufficient. So already length and breadth it is getting from rectangle and it's having its own height. Then public, inside this the first thing is constructor. Now constructor, this constructor I can write various constructors, that is a default constructor, that is non-argument constructor. I will write a parameterized constructor which is taking default arguments. So integer length. Length, how come I write length here? See, this is inheriting from rectangle, so this is also having length and breadth. Yes, so it can take the argument length. A length assign 0 and integer breadth also as 0 and integer height also as 0. It means if nothing is given, then all three will be 0, 0. Otherwise, whatever you mention, those parameters are taken. Alright. Now let me implement this and show you how it can work. See, this constructor has to set the length and breadth and height. So first of all, I will set the height. Height assign h because that is its own member. Then what about length and breadth? That doesn't belong to cuboid, that are coming from rectangle. So can it directly access a length assign L? No, it cannot access. Then how it should access that one? So it can call the method available there. So what is the method? Set length method is there. So we can say set length, yes, set length L and set breadth B. That's it. So it cannot access that private members directly. These private members are not accessible inside the cuboid class. So it is using set length and set breadth method. Same way, when it has to read the value, it can use get length and get breadth method for accessing those members. So it is available but not directly accessible because those are private inside rectangle class. Alright, so what is the effect of private and public and protected? We will study this afterwards. Now we are just focusing how to inherit a class. So this is one thing, constructor, that I was supposed to explain this, so I have explained this one. Now what are the other methods that we can have in cuboid? So is it having these methods? Yes, it is having get length, get breadth, set breadth, area and perimeter. All these things are already there in cuboid. Now what more I want? I can write some methods like integer get height. This will return the height. Okay. Then set height. This will change the height. Okay. This is over. I'm just writing the signature. Now on a cuboid, if you have a cuboid, then you may have the volume of a cuboid. So I can implement one more method, that is volume, I will implement this one, which will return what? Length into breadth into height. So can this cuboid class access those members directly? No. Then how to know length? So we have a method available here, that is get length. Get length into get breadth into height. That's it. So height is directly available here. I will close this class. So that's how this is an example of cuboid class inheriting from rectangle class. So I'll just write some main method also and try to call the methods and show you. Watch it. Here I write main method. So int main or void main, whatever you like, you write it. Then here I will make an object of cuboid C, passing 10, 5, 3. So 10 is length and breadth is 5 and height is 3. Now what are the methods I can access? I can access all those functions that are present inside cuboid class as well as that are present inside rectangle class. All those functions I can access. So on this object, can I say cout c dot get length? Yes, I can call. Where this function is available? This function is available in rectangle class, but whose length it will give? It will give the length of a cuboid's length, because whose object you created? Cuboid's object we have created. So if I show you the members now, when I create an object of cuboid C, then what are the members it is having? It is having 3 members, that is length, breadth and height. These are the 3 members it is having. 10 and 5 and 3. These 3 members are there. And what about the functions? All these functions plus these functions. Everything is available there in that cuboid class. Now, can I call more methods? Can I say cout c dot volume? Yes. Which function will be called now? This function will be called. Volume function will be called and it will display volume. Can I say cout c dot area? Yes, I can. So which function will be called? This area function will be called, which is there inside the rectangle. So this area function will be called, that is present inside the rectangle, and it will find out 10 into 5, that is 50. At last, suppose I want to say cout C. I want to display the object of cuboid. Then I have to overload that operator inside this cuboid class. Right? So already we have learned what is operator overloading. So that's it. I'll show you this one practically, write a program and show you, and if possible I will add more methods on this one, right? So inside the cuboid class. So we will implement all these methods and I will show you. So this is one of the example of inheritance.